plus students, which half of those were disabled. Wheelchairs, walkers, seizures, colostomy bags, severe brain injuries, things like that. We fought so very hard. A lot of advocates in the room, board members fought so hard. We had a total of maybe 6 protests. Got attention, but not enough. We went to Lansing, pleaded our case, not just on emotion, but facts, that they lied about our enrollment, our repairs for our building. And we went to Lansing, pleaded our case. They sent a very neutral letter back to DPS just stating, well, you need to up your communication. The schools that they offered our kids was Noble and Henderson. Anyone familiar with those? Very large schools, but dumps. Literally dumps that were not equipped for our students. And as of today, they still are not, but the U.S. Department of Education is involved. Despite parents not being after time people got tired and just said, oh well, let's live with it. But that's out of the 10 complaints that we submitted to the U.S. Department of Education. Unfortunately, they had to drop over 7 of them because a lot of parents did not fill out the proper form. So the main thing on their agenda, and when I say they, I'm talking about the U.S. Department of Education, is the bathroom facility, the auditorium, which did not have a ramp of any kind. So if you were in a wheelchair or a walker, for Christmas I went to both programs at Noble and Henderson, and our kids were on the floor. And that, I saw parents in there. I stressed the fact that you have power to change this, but they still, oh well. So that's one issue, and then the last issue that is still not being taken care of is the playground. So when spring and summer hits, then I'll have to see what conditions our children will have to play in if they get the opportunity to go outside. So as of today, that is the issue with Oakman. They treated us very disrespectfully. Roy Roberts, very disrespectful, told us about he had been on welfare and he knows the struggle and that we're not having black babies like we used to. Those were his exact words in a professional meeting to close down a school that he didn't even know the name of. After the closure, because it's in my neighborhood and it hurts me even now to ride by it. I rode by to clean up birth certificates, all type of important documents in the grass because the building was not properly secure. A wonderful professor, Mr. Padroni, he'll be here, and a wonderful contractor did and me and 2 other parents, we went through and did a walkthrough in October. Nothing wrong with the roof, not a lot of repairs prior to. They lied and said that we needed over $900,000. By the time we went to City Council in, what month was that?
I forgot.
I forgot too, but it had up to almost $8 million in repair. Yeah. So they covered their tracks because advocates, we were constantly peeling away the lies, but yet they were on a mission to close the school. So as of today, everybody know that our new mayor is going to do an announcement on the 13th at Gleaners about the empty schools and his plan. So if his plan does not have anything to do with Oakman, my goal is to find a buyer to utilize that beautiful building because it still has years left for it to be used for either adults or children with special needs.
Pictures you said. And Bates, include Bates too.
Okay. So as of now, time is going on. My daughter, my 6th grader, is currently at Paul Roberts in Malcolm X. If anybody doesn't know, they had a fire back in 2011, which caused them to move temporarily to Hallie School. I had to pick and choose my battles because I do have a 6th grader there. She'll be there to the 8th. And then I have another baby, which if the school continues to remain the same academically, she'll be there for another 8 or 9 years. I refuse to have my children and any other children in that building with the current conditions. On the 1st floor, it's okay. You see the Afrocentric things, you see the murals. They're trying to do their best in that school. But when you go upstairs, even the principal, Mr. Robinson, was very honest to the newcomers. He said, I'm embarrassed about the building conditions. I emailed Mark Shrub, which is the director of buildings and supervisor, letting him know that this is unacceptable. I filled out an application for my daughter to go to this school, but the upstairs reflects like an alternative school for, it's like a punishment. You got gaping holes in the ceiling, you got a table half this size with buckets with water, catching water. That is called rope. But Bates, from reading the Michigan Citizen, which I'm quite sure all of you do in this room, they're growing mushrooms in the room because of the mold situation. And I refuse to, like I said, have mine and anybody else's in that type of environment. So I emailed this man and asked him, you know, why is this? He stated that the semi-patch job that they did not upstand the current weather and that the school is on a list for a new roof. My question to him was, this was just a permanent fix until we find relocation. So why would you spend money on a roof, and how much is this roof going to cost, and when are you expected to put it in? And my next email will be, where are your children going? Because if you fill out an application, this building does not reflect the application school. So now my fight has shifted from Oakman. I'm still vowed to go to both schools, Noble and Henderson, and make sure these kids are the best that they can be in the environment. But now my fight with DPS is the condition of these so-called application schools. And he's always, Mark Shrub is always using the word shoestring budget. We don't have the budget. But I also let him know all these schools that are vacant perhaps are in better shape, and the money you were going to use for the roof can be put into repairs to open up a better school. Because, go ahead.
They also promised follow-up to Malcolm X when they moved into the alleyway that they would be renovating over $4 million because the school was so small. It was not to our standard.
Oh,
no auditorium, there was not. So, who was it? Robert? I think it was Robert.
Yeah, Roy Roberts.
Okay, the Robert at the time, he had promised us. Because after they burned us down, we went to Marshall to finish that year in 2011. And then they put us into that little smaller building, alley, and it, with the promise of putting renovation money, bond money into it, which I knew they weren't going to do. Now we're stuck. They're stuck. I was tired. They're stuck.
Right. And like Ms. Harada was saying, the EAA got fixed. Good schools, nice schools. But for this to be an Afrocentric school is special. And it's like, really, they're messing with, like, the aerospace school. Messing with those children. Started with the day school for the deaf. Closed them down. Messed with DSA. Tried to. The specialty schools that are really put together to nurture our kids so that they can soar, they're taking those good buildings, putting us in dumps, and just saying, oh, well, we got a shoestring budget. So I will continue to fight and keep everyone updated because I'm very familiar with the heads, Karen Ridgway, she's a joke. Jack Martin, he's a joke. He's a little bit more open and can talk to you, but lies are still lies. He's just able to sit down, smile in your face, and give you a lie. Versus Roy Roberts, he don't want to talk because we're beneath him. We're uneducated, poor, black, and Hispanic people to him. So